So today I'm going to run you through a cosmetic product photography photo shoot that I'm doing for my client Melvery Skincare. She's just about to launch her brand new lipstick range and they are so gorgeous. So I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you how I style these, what props I use, and how I overall compose the shots. So if you're new here, hello, I'm Amanda and I'm a brand photographer based in Brisbane, Australia. Essentially, I help other brand photographers do their thing. So if you love this type of content, don't forget to hit subscribe. I release new videos every Sunday night. And go and follow me over on Instagram where I share more behind the scenes and more photography tips, more of my portfolio on my Instagram, Amanda Campeanu. But without further ado, let's get into the photo shoots. So these are the props and the products I am working with today. We've got a can of lychees, a coconut, some peaches, plums, and guava nectar. So these will all match the flavors of the lipsticks that we're shooting. So my first initial thought that I wanted to do with this lychee flavor is to basically have the lipstick on top of the lychees. Just because I think that they'll come across better if there's more of them in the shot, like really get that flavor across. So what I've done is taken just a can of lychees as I was unable to source fresh lychees. So we're gonna see how this looks. So this is a lychee lipstick and I'm just wiping down any fingerprints I've made. It's a good idea to wear gloves as well when you're doing things like this, and any juice from the lychees. And with the lipstick, I really do want to see that little bit of a curve on the side, but we need a good bit of, I think that's good. Just gotta wipe that off. Okay. Just gonna place it in the middle. Push that in. Gonna need, I'll leave that one there. And I don't think we need the lid. I'm gonna leave the lid out for now, and let's see how this photographs. All right, so the next lipstick I'm doing is peach. So I've pretty much got like the perfect peach here, and I'm just gonna use a couple of different props to help add a bit more interest to the image. Now, because these are such small products, we really need to pay attention to the closer details of the shot and how we're gonna frame it. Because I'm not gonna be shooting this from far away, it's gonna be close up because we really wanna see that color. Now for these peach slices, I'm using 3 cut up ones, so odd numbers, the rule of odds, I guess. Odd numbers always seem to look a bit more natural to the eye. Might put that. Maybe even around it like that. And then for my background here, I'm using a vinyl backdrop from the Everyday Co. So it's not gonna ruin my nice white paper backdrop. And then I was thinking, what was I thinking? Actually, maybe I wanna put this on top of this. Have that there. All right, so this is my scene that I'm dealing with here, and I'm gonna just zoom out so you can see what I have around me. So I've got a whiteboard here that is creating a nice gradient on the left-hand side of that lipstick. So what we then need to do is create a gradient of light on this side because it is reflective. And the way we do that is by just grabbing another whiteboard and popping it, and popping it there. So that you've got that really nice, beautiful gradient on either side of that lipstick, and it just makes it look so much better. So this is my next scene. I'm doing the Plum flavor, and I'm gonna take this. Usually this goes like inside here, but I'm gonna bring it out and then push it through. And then my lipstick is gonna come in the middle here, just like a pedestal. And then I'm just gonna be placing my plums around the side and just see how I can position these to make it look good. I might need something that will help me stand these up a little bit more. So let's see how we go. Okay, so this is the scene I've come up with. I've got one large half of the plum at the back. I've got another quarter size here, and then one little bit laying down. Now, to me, this photo still isn't right. There's something that is off, and it's in this little section here that I'm not overly happy with. So what I'm gonna do is actually pop in the lid to just help balance out that photo a little bit more and create more separation between this quarter of the plum and the lipstick. So I think that looks much better in terms of composition. All right, and now we have our flavor coconut for the lipstick. So what I've done is I've cracked a coconut and I've popped the lipstick inside. I just elevated it a little bit using a bit of tissue paper. And basically we're shooting just from below. I popped it on that pedestal. I'm keeping it nice and simple. We've got a pink background to match the branding. And again, I have this whiteboard here that is helping to create a gradient on the left-hand side of the lipstick. And then I'm putting another one on the right-hand side here. So this is the next setup, and what we need to do for this image is actually composite about 5 images together to create the final image. The reason for that being is because all these lipsticks are at different depths of focus. So if I focus on this lipstick, this one is going to become out of focus, and that's not what I want. So everything needs to be in focus. We've got our whiteboard here that we're just putting on the side to help with that reflection, and we're just going to work through them. All right, for this last one, we are doing the nude range. So what I've done is placed a nude backdrop to hint that this is the nude range. So I've got my light here on harsh, no softbox. I am not using any props. I really think the lipsticks can stand on their own. They're so pretty, and really I'm just using that light as like a prop anyway, if that makes sense. I wanted to also show you the difference between not using white foam boards to deal with the reflection of the lipstick as opposed to using them. So this image here that we've got, there are no white boards on either side of these lipsticks, and as you can see, it's really dull. It really does not complement these products at all. If I was shooting this from a slightly higher angle, then I'd have no issues because the white of the table would be reflecting nicely back onto the lipsticks. However, that's not the case. I want to shoot from a lower angle. So what we have is this final image, which is where I've got a whiteboard on either side of these lipsticks. It pops so much better. So if you are dealing with any kind of reflective surfaces, you really do need to pay extra attention to these to highlight them and to contour them so that your products stand out even more and it actually just looks more professional. And the other thing that I wanted to show you as well was my progression of my smear shots. So I was having a bit of a play around. These are my first attempts. The first image here that you see on the left was done on an acrylic background, just clear acrylic. The second one was done on just a white piece of paper, so you can really see that difference. And as I was playing, I'm like, this is not what I would ever give to a client. I'm not liking them. They're not high quality enough, and I'm like, all right, we need to switch it up. We need to really get that texture going. So the final result is this, and I am so stoked with this image. There is a little trick that you need to do when you're dealing with lipsticks. If you want to find out what that is, then you'll have to be a student inside my course, become a brand photographer, to find out more of my styling and editing secrets. But I'm so happy with how this has turned out. That texture is incredible and the color really pops. Now, if you found this tutorial helpful, give it a thumbs up and let me know. And if you want to know more about brand photography, or if it's a career that you want to pursue yourself, go and check out my online course, Become a Brand Photographer. I'll link it in the description for you below. Essentially, I have put my brain into an online course to help you build a successful photography business on how to book clients, how to style, how to edit using Photoshop and Lightroom. There are like contract templates in there, creative brief templates, email templates, equipment, lighting, legit everything I have thought of is in that course. So go and check that out if that's of interest to you. Otherwise, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more tutorials like this, and head on over to my Instagram and follow me there. But I'll see you in the next video.